Hi, baby. So right now I am 39 weeks pregnant with you, and you're not born yet, but I don't think that means it's too soon to tell you your first story. But I need a little help.
All right. Once upon a time.
Your mommy and daddy met for the first time.
Do we really even know when that was?
Well, it might have been at a YouTube convention in Florida. Daddy was being a rock star on tour.
And mommy was a super nerd in med school.
Hey.
But she was making videos on the side, and we were both at the same convention vlogging way back in 2013. Who knows? We might have even met.
Why didn't you ask me out then? I lived in Florida, but Daddy lived at the opposite end of the country in a magical land called Los Angeles. I wanted to live there too, so in 2014, I packed up all of my stuff and moved across the country.
We had a lot of friends in common and ended up at a lot of the same places at the same time, but didn't really know each other yet.
I even went to one of your dad's Hanukkah parties at his apartment.
Oh yes, my Hanukkah parties got sorta wild.
And he came to a blacklight party at my place in 2015. Still hadn't asked me out yet.
Then, in 2015, I went on tour, and your mom was even at a few of the shows. Here's the very first picture we were ever in together. Crazy that we still hadn't really even talked to each other.
All the pieces were there, but the timing wasn't right.
Until 2018, when we both swiped right on a dating app.
How romantic.
I took her out on our first date. By the way, son, a little fatherly advice. Play it very cool at the beginning.
I didn't know he liked me at all. I was calling all of our dates meetups since I didn't know what was going on.
We partied hard, laughed a lot, and saw a lot of sunrises. Then we took our first trip together, and that's when we really fell in love.
We went to a city near LA called Big Bear and stayed in a cute little cabin for a few days.
This is actually what we pinpoint as when we started officially dating, because we truly fell in love. We talked about all of our insecurities and decided that we needed to meet each other's families.
We actually even brought you there when you were a tiny little bump in my belly to visit the cabin.
Hello, baby.
This is
the cabin. Mommy and Daddy fell in love.
Yes. We're visiting it in probably our last trip to Big Bear. Who knows? We might come back.
And we took you with us. You're in there somewhere, floating around. Happy.
We got back to LA just in time for Halloween, where we thought it would be fun to dress up as Santa and an elf.
Yes, Santa, who is very real.
Very real. We both believe in Santa.
Yes, we do.
After the trip, everything flew by. I told her I loved her under the stars in Oregon, and within a few months I asked her to move into my house.
It was really romantic, even though you were upset about the drone.
Yeah, I crashed my drone into her apartment building. Also, son, don't ever write a cute message with candles and fly a drone over it. The wind blows the candles out.
It was perfect.
Then I convinced your mom to go on tour together with me, and we bought our first house.
It was really an RV, but I guess it technically was our first house. We performed all over the United States and even went to Casa Bonita.
We'll definitely be taking you there. After America, we traveled to Europe for more shows, and in Italy, outside the Colosseum, I asked your mom to marry me.
I said yes.
I knew you would.
But I really was surprised. I knew he'd ask me one day, but I had no clue he'd actually bring an engagement ring to Europe and carry it around for so long until we got to Italy.
Italy just seemed like the perfect place because it was where your mom's Nonna grew up, and Jacqueline used to visit Italy a lot as a little girl.
That made it extra special. Nonna would have really loved you. We'll take you there one day too.
Yes, Italy and Casa Bonita.
And Big Bear.
But speaking of your great-grandparents who would have loved you, you actually got your middle name from my grandpa Max. How cool.
Oh, is this a name reveal?
Yep, I guess this is a name reveal now.
So his middle name is Max.
Sweet. Anyways, after getting engaged in Italy, we went back to LA to our rental house with 5 roommates.
And we planned our wedding. It took a lot of work, but everything timed out perfectly.
And on October 18th, 2020, your mom and I got married and vowed to love each other for the rest of our lives.
We even mentioned how excited we were to be parents one day. I guess that's now. It was the most beautiful wedding and a perfect start to our little family.
Then we went on our honeymoon to Hideaway Beach in the Maldives.
We had so much fun, and it really was the most breathtaking place we've ever been, and that made for a very romantic time.
So romantic that we made you. Should we tell him how?
Now let's wait till he's older.
We're the best parents ever.
Then, a few weeks after we got back home, we found out we were pregnant with you.
You were the cutest little dot ever, and right away we couldn't wait to meet you.
Still waiting.
Waiting to see if you were a boy or a girl was exciting too.
We were so happy, but definitely didn't want to bring you into the world living with all of our roommates in LA. So we knew we needed to move and find a house.
So we traveled to Nashville, and we bought you a house.
Guess what? You get us up! You get us up!
We went to so many doctor's appointments to check on you and make sure you were growing perfectly.
Your mom really went through a lot being pregnant.
but I'd do it all again to get to this point of finally getting to meet you.
When I met your mom, I knew that she would make me the happiest guy in the world,
And he would make me the happiest girl.
and that together our lives would be what we've always dreamed of.
Happiness brought you into this world, and you already bring so much right back to us.
The theme of happiness in our lives is something we want to remember and be thankful for every day.
So it makes sense that your name, Asher, means happy in Hebrew.
And we promise to keep you that way and help you grow into the amazing person we know you'll be.
We've never been parents before, but we're so excited to do our very best to constantly surround you with love and give you the world.
We love you so much already and are so excited to be the best mom and dad ever.
Welcome to the world, Ash.
Love you.